Hi.
Hey Jan.
Hey. Bogdan.
Yeah,
Dr.Nojoke.
Jan Gerdes, piano.
Electronics.
And we are Rand, actually.
Yeah, it's a crazy name.
Yeah, what does it mean in English? I mean, it's a German word, right? So
Yes, it's also the South American currency.
South African.
Yes.
South African,
But
yeah.
we-
Yeah, Rand, yeah.
But we mean Rand as in the sense of a German word, the border.
Yeah, or edge. Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
like the edge. Yeah.
This is an edge. This is a Rand.
Yeah. And yeah, so we're exploring in a way like boundaries or crossing boundaries and trying to cross borders and limitless. And you play the acoustic piano.
I think so.
Yeah, and the thing I think I find it is quite special that we don't touch piano. So it's really the acoustic piano sound. And of course I do sample it and do things with it, but I think both worlds exist separately in our music, and this is the interesting thing for me also, that it clashes. And I find it was also an interesting way to go there. I mean, we made in our first year, 4 years ago, we made lots of rehearsals and so on to find out what could be the language, the musical and the acoustic language.
Yes. What kind of language? It was about the challenge was to create an own language. It was not so easy because I come from contemporary music, from classical piano. It's another concept of pulse, of rhythm, of harmony, of everything.
Yeah.
And yeah, there
Different to my music, you mean?
Yes. Your ecological minimal techno.
You can say mine is quite different to your
I think
music.
you make ecologically considerable minimal techno music.
Yeah, partly I do this, but always also with an experimental touch. So what I do is I love to explore, and I think this is what we do too. We explore how far can we go, what works, what does not work, and yeah. Finally, we came up with something.
And we are live. I think we are live. We are stage guys. I think we love the stage and
Yeah.
the smell of the stage.
We are looking really forward to play everywhere in the world, actually.
Yes.
That would be an exciting challenge, yeah. So yeah, but what came finally out when we like explored ourselves? We were like,
You can show it.
I can. We have this album, yeah.
It's here. It's the album.
And we recorded.
It's also vinyl, huh?
And CD and vinyl, and we recorded these tracks just to find out ourselves how they will work for us. Not good said, but let's say what I wanted to say is that actually for myself I can say that I try to explore it in a very careful and sensitive way, and to approach the piano sound and to resample it. And what happened is actually that the music got quite minimal and very ambient. So there's a lot of space in it, which I now find very, for myself, I can lose myself in it.
Yes. Sometimes it's quite empty and it's a little bit dark.
You think so? Okay.
And I think it's very North German. Sorry, I am from.
Not German music.
I am a northern German guy. I think Bogdan is a Prussian guy. He's from Berlin, native Berlin. So we are here in Berlin, Friedrichshain, in the yard. As you listen, you have a little visitor, a little beautiful bird singing for us. Yes, we are inspired by nature, of course. But what I wanted to say is, the northern thing is about the landscapes and the weather and the smell of the landscape. So
also it's flatland, yes, this
More
white
flat.
the horizon, the whiteness.
yes,
Yeah.
and the churches in northern German small cities are totally not Baroque, like if you go to Bavaria,
Yeah.
which are very hedonistic, sorry. But anyway, we are also hedonistic. I think I'm
But,
more hedonistic
yeah.
than you.
I don't know. but Prussia is actually also a Protestantic region, so we grew up both with a non-Catholic spirit. yeah. Yeah, what finally came out is like a journey, I would say, a journey through landscapes, and it can be natural landscapes like what Jan said, but there's also quite an urban touch to it, we would say. So you have warm sounds, you have cold sounds, you have some rhythm, you have some pulse. It's inspired by loads of people. I would mention for myself, of course, Nojoke, and I would mention also Steve Reich for me. Don't know what you would mention for you.
First of all, I would say Bach. Bach is in all my music. Bach is there; he's present. But Stockhausen, of course, I try to catch up some Stockhausen moments. But of course, some jazz. I'm into jazz, but Bogdan doesn't like jazz, so.
I like
No,
I
the
like
album-
it, but not in the traditional way.
The album is not really jazzy, but it has some little,
Especially the track Permanent Green. This is maybe the most jazzy tune with a nice jazz.
No, but I think
improvisation.
Drangsal for me is also quite jazzy.
Yeah,
When I
okay.
play on the piano,
Okay.
Drangsal.
Yeah, but Drangsal doesn't feel so jazzy, but Permanent Green, the second part feels quite jazzy, I feel. So, but yeah.
You know, my favorite track is Siegfried 2.0. It has something. I really have a strong imagination when I listen to the track. Bogdan is playing post-apocalyptic, post-industrial sounds of metal, industrial space where a big, I don't know the English word, it's Zeche, you know?
So, like a factory.
Like
or
a
whatever.
factory where steel is processed, something like this, and you have the shapes of the smell of the metal and the Alps.
Yeah, it's
And the lonely, tiny, little, small, very vulnerable
Yeah.
melody appears.
absolutely.
This is, I think, this is Rand.
Vulnerable, fragile. Yeah, and actually, that's right. Rand is really also about we try to contrast things. At least I do this, of course. I do it, and especially in Siegfried, there's a big contrast. You know? And all these metal sounds and cold sounds actually just piano samples. It's
Yes,
piano samples
yes.
which I just pitched and stretched, and somehow they sound as if somebody is working with metal or so. Yeah.
This is really the crazy, astonishing thing that how the master of the electronics here, Bogdan, is really processing, working with this original material. This is quite, you call it nachhaltig.
Yeah, but
What is nachhaltig in English?
it's sustainable, in a
Sustainable.
way, whatever. Yeah,
So
maybe
this is
it's
sustainable music.
It's a recycled sound. But this is actually this is just my philosophy, even in my solo works, even in the minimal techno. You know, I record field recordings. Actually, can be birds, can be whatever, and I transform it into something that sounds electronic, but actually it's actually acoustic sound originally. You know, and this is what I do also in Rand. You know, so I'm not working so much with synthesizers. I'm working more or less with samplers. Yeah, and effects. I love effects.
I love synthesizers. Really to fill up, to have another option. Anyway, I love keys. I love keyboards.
Yeah, you're
so
the
I
key
have
man.
a toy, yes, so toy pianos
Yeah.
or synthesizers. Or,
Yeah, I don't want to compete with Jan on this because, like, for me, keys are not very interesting. I come from the guitar, and but I would say I'm mostly into sound design and sound. I'm more like a sound guy than a music guy, maybe. But also through my long activities, I got some musical experience and knowledge, which I try to also bring into the game. Yeah, and I think that works quite well how we work together. So I don't have this education like Jan, but I have different experiences, and somehow it fits and matches, and yeah, I think both of us have something to contribute, and together it's more than one part.
So here is it.
So also
The
on
ultimate Brand debut album.
the ultimate.
The ultimate
Yeah,
Peripherie.
that's it. And it's available on Bandcamp, on
vinyl.
our own Bandcamp actually.
Yes.
Yeah,
And yes,
it will be out on
9th of September.
9th of September, finally. And we worked like
2022.
4 years on it, and 3 years ago we were in the studio, and last year it was mastered and mixed by Andrea Cichecki. And yeah, and also the tone engineer in the studio was Tilman Hopf. Very nice, patient,
Peripherie Studios
very
in
nice guy.